Hello everyone. Let's dive into the world of SQL recursive queries. Today we are going to understand how to work with recursive common table expressions, often called CTEs. Recursive queries are a powerful feature in SQL that allows you to solve complex problems involving hierarchical or repetitive data structures. We will explore the basic concepts, syntax, and practical examples to help you master this technique. So, what exactly are recursive common table expressions? Common table expressions, or CTEs, are temporary result sets that are defined within a query. Think of them as named subqueries that exist only for the duration of a single query. What makes recursive CTEs special is that they can reference themselves. This self-referencing capability allows them to solve problems involving hierarchical and graph-based data, where you need to traverse relationships between data entries. The recursive CTEs were introduced in the SQL 1999 standard and are supported by most modern database systems. Let's take a look at the basic syntax of a recursive common table expression. The general structure starts with the keyword with recursive, followed by the name you want to give to your CTE. Inside the parentheses, you have two main parts separated by union all. The first part is the anchor member, which is the initial or base query. This query provides the starting point for the recursion. The second part is the recursive member, which refers back to the CTE itself. This is where the magic happens, as it allows the CTE to iteratively build upon the results of the previous iteration. Finally, outside the CTE definition, you use a select statement to query the results of the CTE, just like you would with a regular table or view. Let's start with a simple example to illustrate how recursive CTEs work. Imagine we want to generate a sequence of numbers from 1 to 10. We begin by defining a recursive CTE called number sequence. The anchor member starts with the number 1, aliased as n. The recursive member then generates n plus 1 for each subsequent row, selecting from the number sequence CTE itself. The where clause specifies the termination condition, which is n less than 10. Finally, we select all columns from the number sequence CTE to retrieve the generated sequence. The execution steps are as follows. First, start with n equals 1, which is the anchor. Second, generate n equals 2, n equals 3, and so on until n equals 10. And third, stop when n equals 10, satisfying the termination condition. One of the most common use cases for recursive CTEs is working with hierarchical data. Consider an employee table with columns for employee ID, name, and manager ID. The manager ID column indicates who each employee reports to, forming a hierarchical structure. For example, John, who is the chief executive officer, has no manager, so his manager ID is null. Sarah and Mike report to John, Laura and David report to Sarah, and Emily and Robert report to Mike. Visualizing this data as a diagram, we can see the hierarchical relationships between employees, with John at the top, followed by Sarah and Mike, and then Laura, David, Emily, and Robert. Now, let's use a recursive CTE to query this organizational hierarchy and retrieve information about each employee's level and path within the organization. We define a recursive CTE called employee hierarchy. The anchor member starts with the chief executive officer, where the manager ID is null, and assigns a level of 0 and a path consisting of just the chief executive officer's name. The recursive member joins the employees table with the employee hierarchy CTE on the manager ID, incrementing the level by 1, and appending the employee's name to the path. Finally, we select the employee ID, name, level, and path from the employee hierarchy CTE, ordering the results by path. Looking at a partial result set, we can see John at level 0 with the path John, Mike and Sarah at level 1 with paths John greater than Mike and John greater than Sarah respectively, and so on. Another powerful use case for recursive CTEs is graph traversal. Recursive CTEs can be used to traverse network or graph data, finding paths and connections between nodes. Common applications include flight connections, social networks, road networks, and bill of materials. Using recursive CTEs, you can find all possible paths, shortest paths, or even cycles in graphs. Consider a graph with nodes A, B, C, D, and E and links connecting them. We might want to find all possible paths from node A to node E, taking into account the cost or distance associated with each link. By traversing the graph recursively, we can identify multiple routes and determine the most efficient path. Let's look at an example of finding all possible routes between cities using a recursive common table expression. We define a recursive CTE called routes. The anchor member selects direct flights from the origin city A, including the destination, cost, path as an array of origin and destination cities, and number of stops, initialized to 1. The recursive member adds connecting flights by joining the route CTE with the flights table on the destination city. We prevent cycles in the path by ensuring that the destination city is not already in the path array, and limit the number of connections to avoid infinite loops. Finally, we select the origin, destination, cost, route as a string representation of the path array, and number of stops from the route CTE, filtering for routes that end at destination city E, and ordering the results by cost. The result shows all possible routes from A to E, along with their total cost and number of stops. To wrap things up, let's discuss some best practices and common pitfalls to keep in mind when working with recursive CTEs. Always include a proper termination condition to avoid infinite loops. Use union all instead of union for better performance, as union performs duplicate elimination, which can be costly. Keep the recursive part as simple as possible to improve readability and performance. Use limit or similar control for result set size to prevent excessive memory usage. And create indexes on join columns for better performance. On the other hand, some common pitfalls to avoid include missing the termination condition, which can cause infinite recursion. Avoid excessive memory usage with large datasets by limiting the result set size. Be aware of poor performance with deeply nested hierarchies, as recursive CTEs may not be the most efficient solution for very complex hierarchies. Watch out for cycles in graph data, which can also cause infinite loops. And avoid using complex aggregations in the recursive part, as they may not be supported in all databases. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.